Nearly 24 straw vendors were honored today for their contribution to nation building and their work in the market over the years. Vendors have been lauded for educating their children through this profession, many of them becoming professionals in law, medicine, education, and in the public service. Minister responsible for the market, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis, charged vendors to create a peaceful environment and get involved in bringing more visitors to our shores.
The Straw Market Authority to work with straw vendors, ensuring that 90% Bahamian-made products be sold from the markets in the near future, with the ultimate goal of 100%. In achieving this feat, you will cause there to be an increase in the amount of straw practitioners and craftspeople, the net result being more jobs created for Bahamians.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie affirmed that division will not advance the country, and in a facility like the straw market, vendors will do better when they work together.
Whatever our divisions are, it leads to suspicion and distrust and mistrust. And in a place like this, where people are working closely together, you got to minimize that, because the Deputy Prime Minister just articulated some standards. How you must present yourself, how you must deal with people in best business practices, how you must be seen to be dealing with people. He just did that, and this is now the leader of the authority making a point about personal habit standards that ordinarily he would not. But he decided to do that today. And that's important that you hear him. And whether you're PLP or FNM or DNA or whatever you are, it don't matter.
Shifting gears now, educational officials say 20 teachers are still waiting clearance by the public service before they can be placed in the school system. While appearing on the ZNS radio talk show today, Education Minister the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald explained what led to the delay.
The problem is that the students graduate COB in June, thereabouts, so they don't apply until the late June. So we have about 6 weeks in which to go through the whole application process, decide who we're going to choose, and so forth. And so, you know, it's just, but we're getting better at it. We're working closer with public service and with College of Bahamas with transcripts and so forth. So it's getting better and better every year. So this year was the smoothest.
Now, the Education Minister said those teachers selected must receive their appointment letters to receive their benefits and increments. In the last 15 months, Fitzgerald said he has cleared 900 teachers and he expects to clear more by the Christmas.
They hadn't received their appointment letter, some of them up to 10 years they've been paid, but they weren't entitled to all of their increments, all their reclassifications and so forth. And so that is because you don't have that appointment letter, so the public service doesn't recognize you for the benefits. And so the other point I made this year is I said, okay, fine, I'm not going to put any teacher in that position again, where they go into school and then the service itself, the public service, forgets about them because something else comes up that's more important.
In Family Island News tonight, how do we develop the Bahamas, particularly the Family Islands? Well, one Family Island administrator believes he has the answer. Charles Fisher with the story.
The new assistant administrator for the Berry Islands, Myron Leary, has thrown out a challenge to Family Island descendants to stop complaining about the Family Islands. The Lutheran native says Family Islanders who moved away should return to invest in their own.
I want to appeal to all persons from not only the Berry Islands, any island you're from. If you're in Nassau, you're making it big, come back and invest something in the island. I believe if you started from any primary school or whatever have you, if you learn to count 1, 2, and 3, you owe something back to that island. Go back and make a valuable contribution.
Leary is also encouraging Bahamians to visit the Family Islands more.
You see persons taking their families to Disney World and say, oh, what can a talking mouse teach you? You know, personally go back to your, take your children back to your roots so they can see where they come from. You know, let them find out, for instance, who's R.N. Gomez. Go to find out who's Preston Norby. Whatever island. Go find out, go to Athens, find out there. Go speak to former Minister Loftus Roker. You know, find out about your roots and stuff like that. And with that, you can bring economic development. You can bring something put something in the economy.
And to those who say the cost is too expensive, Larry says otherwise.
How much it costs to get in one of those theme parks? $100? That could be one night room rental for you and your family in some of the islands. So it's just as wide as it is long, even probably more expensive. Because all you're doing is helping the economy of the U.S., you're not helping the economy of the Bahamas.
What about how family islanders raise their children?
I think what we have done to our children, the young ones, I think we have done them a disservice by simply telling them, I don't want you to have it as hard as I had it and stuff like that. And we basically give them everything that they desire. So they don't know what it is to work for something, because all they do is just open their hand and the parents give them whatever they want. That is one of the major problems within the islands. And then too, you have like the children watch a lot of TV and stuff, so they would see, so okay, Nassau look like a fun place. Let me go to Nassau because this island is boring. But then when you get there, what can you do? There's only so much you can do without getting into problems.
The assistant administrator firmly believes that each citizen is responsible to help build the Bahamas. For ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.